Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with another Lenten devotional for you this Wednesday. As we go through the season of Lent, we've been looking at a devotional guide by Jill Duffield called Lent in Plain Sight. And she takes everyday objects and uses them to help us focus our attention on God in new ways. And so today's object theme is shoes. And I'm going to start with a reading from Exodus chapter 3. After Moses has escaped from Egypt and gone into the wilderness and kind of become part of the family of this Midianite woman, Zipporah, who he's married, God is looking back at the Israelites in Egypt and recognizing the need for someone to go and liberate them. So in Exodus 3, meanwhile, while Moses was shepherding the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. Then the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire within a bush. As Moses looked, he saw the bush was on fire, but was not consumed. So Moses thought, I must go over and look at this remarkable sight. Why isn't the bush burning up? When the Lord saw he had gone over to look, God called out to him from the bush, Moses, Moses. Here I am, he answered. Do not come closer, he said. Remove the sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. I wonder if you've ever had an experience like Moses, an encounter with God in a place you didn't expect. You know, I have to figure that Moses wasn't planning on meeting God in the wilderness that day as he was watching over the sheep. He was just going about his everyday business, doing his regular thing, and when he saw that burning bush, he saw that thing that was out of the ordinary and caught his attention. He went to explore and check it out, but it doesn't seem like he had any expectation that that would have anything to do with God. I think we have certain times and places in our lives where we do expect to encounter God. For a lot of us, that's in the church, in the sanctuary during worship, or perhaps on a retreat, or even a special place in nature, if we like to go to the beach or to the mountains. We might have expectations that we'll meet God in these certain places, but I'm curious if you've ever had a chance encounter with God, kind of like Moses here. Have you ever run into God somewhere that you didn't think you would find him? Maybe it was a stranger that you met while on a mission trip who spoke to you in a certain way that really touched the need or the confusion or the curiosity that you were feeling right then. Maybe it was conversation on an airplane as you sat next to somebody you didn't know and got to know them, and it seemed like they had something to say that really mattered to your situation. I think the encounters that we have with God when we are not expecting them can be very powerful, but they can also be hard for us to accept. Sometimes we have walls up and we we just don't think that we're going to hear from God, and so we don't. When Moses notices this burning bush, God tells him, take off your shoes. The place where you're standing is holy ground. I want you to think this week about where you might find holy ground in your life. I want you to be looking out for those holy moments that you didn't plan for and you didn't intend to have. Why do you think God wanted Moses to take off his sandals? What would the sandals represent? And what do you think you might have to take off or put down or lay aside in order to be more open to God's surprising voice? That's your devotional for this week, Saints. Hope it's helpful, and I hope you are doing well. I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.